Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to give y'all some insight. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but today I want to show y'all how I have upgraded both my Glocks. So if you've been following the channel, you know that I have two Glocks only. It's not to say that I won't get more Glocks, but the only two that I have right now are my Glock 43X, and then I have my Glock 19X. So with these weapons, I have done some extensive upgrades on them, and let's just start with the 19X because I upgraded this one like completely first, and then I started doing mods and upgrades on 43X after that. So hopefully y'all can hear me with the gunshots in the background, but hopefully this turns out great. All right, so let's start with the 19X first. Let's clear it. All right, so first and foremost, this is what it looks like. This is the full setup. And the 19X that I have here is the non-MOS version. However, I did get the slide milled at Shields is where I got it milled at, and it did come with the light rail on the bottom, but it was the non-MOS version. So what I've upgraded it to is I put a Holosun 507 comp on here because I do run this as my competition gun in IDPA. So I put the Holosun 507 comp up here. I have the Parker Mountain Machine barrel and comp. I do have the Agency Arms extended mag release. I do now have the Johnny Vex trigger shoe. I also upgraded the striker and the connector to a competition style. I did cut off my beaver tail, and the reason I did that was because I liked the higher up grip that I can get on my guns, especially on my Glocks, but I didn't like the thickness that was put on the back with that extended back strap. So I cut it off just so I can have a higher beaver tail, and then this part is the only part that I wanted to remain like pretty slim, because the Glock 19X is a full-size gun, and I'm not, you know, I don't have full-size hands, so I wanted to be as slim as possible. I wanted to make sure I could still get a grip on the firearm. So that's why I didn't keep the entire back strap. I do have the SLR Works mag well and the X300 Surefire light. And I think that's all I've done to this gun. Other than the stippling, which was done by Tommy Gun Stippling, he actually stippled my gun, put this aggressive texturing on it, which is not that aggressive, but it's aggressive enough for me. And he did do this leopard print that I so love. He really did his thing on this one. Told him what I wanted, he got it done. So that's what it looks like. Nothing crazy. I did not change the iron sights. Somebody might say, well, Summer, what happens if your red dot goes out? At that point, I think I'm just gonna just use my front sight. I don't know. I haven't felt the need to upgrade my sights, you know. I use this for competition shooting, and so far I always make sure my dot is good. So I don't know. I guess until I reach that point where it dies is when I'll adjust my sights. But before every comp, I always check my light, making sure everything is great. But in the event that it does go out, I'll just use my front sight to try to get the shot on target. So that's my Glock 19X. Nothing too crazy. Don't want to really get into pricing because YouTube don't like you to talk about dollars on here. But you can do your own research. Look up what the Glock 19X costs. At this point, they have the Glock 19X MOS version. And then if you don't get the MOS version, then you just need to factor in what it'll cost to get the slide milled. And then if you decide to put all these upgrades on here, then you just look that up and then go to Tommy's page, see how much he charged. I think I did the basic EDC package. So then you put all those numbers together and that's how much it'll cost. So that's the Glock 19X. One more look. All right. And then we have the Glock 43X. So this is what my Glock 43X looks like. If you don't know by now, this is my everyday carry gun. And let me make sure it's empty. All right, so I went with the Glock 43X as my carry option because I just really love the feel of the 43X. I've tried several other subcompact carries, EDC carries, concealed carries, and they just didn't shoot the way I wanted them to. Now, ironically, the weird thing about me and the Glock 19X is I shoot this really well. And I think it's due to just the size of my hands. I'm able to control the recoil. I know a lot of people say they don't like the 43X because it's just too snappy, it's too small, their hands are too big. You know, to each his own. But it works perfect for me. So let me tell you what I've done to the 43X. Now, the 43X that I have here was as well the non-MOS version. So I got both of these guns a couple years ago when I did not really know too much about firearms. And now that I do know that when I purchase firearms now, they will be MOS versions. And especially if it's a Glock, because a lot of Glocks do not come MOS. But it just doesn't make sense to not give me the gun that already has the red dot cutout and the rail for a light or a laser. So like, why y'all not giving me that? If I'm not getting that, I'm not buying the gun. Now, there are some guns that I will buy that doesn't come optic ready or with a rail slide, and that's because I just want the gun. So I did get this one milled as well from Shields for the Holosun EPS carry enclosed emitter red dot. I recently put the Radian afterburner and ramjet on here, which is the best upgrade I could have done to this gun. I do have the Recover Tactical adapter rail on here. So because this is a non-MOS version, it did not come with the rail for my light, but Recover Tactical does provide you with this. And I have the Streamlight TLR7X sub on here. I do have the stock trigger in here. So I get this question a lot. Summer, what trigger are you running in your Glock 43X? And it's really just the stock trigger, but I did change out the trigger shoe for the Standard Code USA flat face trigger shoe. It works great. I haven't had any issues. I am running the PSA Dagger Micro 15 round magazines because if you know about the Glock 43X, it only comes with your 10 round magazines, and I wanted a little extra more, so I came across these mags on a PSA website about a year ago when they became available again or in stock again. So I run these. I didn't want to go with the Shield Arms mags because I didn't want to have to change out my mag release to the compatible mag release for the Shield Arm mags because Shield Arm mags are metal. So I didn't want to change that out. However, this is like somewhat polymer, somewhat metal, and I have not had an issue yet with my mag release. Everything works perfectly fine. And that's it. That's all I've done to the Glock 43X. So now that you know what they look like, let's just go shoot them. I just wanted to share with you guys what I've done on here because a lot of you always ask like, what is that and what is this and what did you do there? Who did that? So I just wanted to give y'all this little video just to show y'all exactly what was done here. And then let me show you how they shoot. All right, I am sitting, we'll get up in a minute, but I am at about 32 yards and I've got some steel targets out there. For some reason I have missed both of for some reason missed the first shot on each of the steel plates, so trying to make an adjustment. I am at, like I said, 32 yards, so you got to make that adjustment with that height over bore. Let's try it again. Here we go. All right, shooting good. I don't know if y'all see that recoil. Let me show you one more time. See if I can hit the paper. All right, we'll go down there and look and see where I hit the paper target at. And then let me show y'all this 43X. I did purchase the Glock store extended base plate for my 10-round mag. This holds an additional 4. So this gives me 14. All right. All right, shoots so good. Now, one thing that I know that I want to do here soon is I want to get Tommy to give me an undercut right here, maybe even a finger groove, because if you know anything about shooting Glocks, you will get a Glock knuckle at some point in time. And with a small package like the 43X, you're bound to get some type of Glock knuckle due to it being a little bit more snappy, a little bit more small. And this right here up under the trigger guard is going to tear your knuckle up every time. All right, y'all let me know what's flat. Can't get no better than this. Let's go out there and shoot it. All right, this is where the Glock 19X shots fell. All right, I did forget to mention that my Glock 43X does have the pure tungsten guide rod in it, and my 19X has the 15-pound pure tungsten guide rod. So I did make those adjustments early on in both of the weapons. Just want to make sure y'all knew that. All right, got a full mag, the 19X. We're gonna go on the timer. We're gonna draw from the holster and hit all 3 plates. .337. Now, what I do want to tell y'all is, with both of these comp, I don't know if it's fair to do a comparison between the Parker Mount Machine comp and the Radiant Ramjet and Afterburner. The reason why I don't think it's fair in these platforms is because the 19X is a full-size handgun and the Glock 43X is subcompact. So I feel like the 43X is not going to shoot as good as the Parker Mount Machine because I have such a full-size handgun. A lot of that recoil is going to be absorbed anyway. I don't know. We may have to look at it today, but I don't know that it's going to be any different. I will say, though, when I got my 19X, installing the Parker Mount Machine barrel and comp was a headache. I was trying to install it myself, and I wound up having to take it to my gunsmith so that they can install it properly. With the 43X, though, simple, easy screw that is right there. All you had to do was disassemble the gun, put the comp on there, screw it on. I was done in like 4 minutes. The PMM comp and barrel, absolutely not. It was just too much. So that, I will give that to the Radiant Ramjet and Afterburner. All right, 337 on that one. I am at 15 yards. Are y'all hearing me? I'm at 15 yards. If you know, you know. .324 was that one. Let's go again. .294. One more time. Didn't hit it. Start again. .322. One more time. .347. I think I got some more rounds left. Nope. Got one left. All right. 19X, I don't know, it's one of my better upgrades that I've made. Due to the upgrades and everything that I've made on here, it's just a full-size handgun. This is why I'm running it in competition, because it just fits everything great. Now, many of you know I was running the Canic early on in my competition journey. Nothing's wrong with the Canic. I just feel like the Glock 19X just runs a little bit better in my hand than the Canic did. I still love my Canic. I may even go back to it at some point, but as of now, I think this is the better fit for IDPA for me. All right, let's go with the Glock 43X. I'm running the On Point holsters here. Because I have the Recover Tactical adapter light rail on here, On Point holsters does make the holster for this platform. They were the only ones that I could find to have a holster that could fit my Recover Tactical adapter rail. So I reached out to him. He said he would get it made for me. Got it made. I did pay for it, by the way. Was not sent out for free. But it does fit everything very nice in here. When I did put the ramjet and the afterburner on here, I did have to mold it a little bit more with a heat gun by myself. So that's one thing to consider if you have the non-MOS Glock 43X or even a MOS 43X. But if you add that afterburner, you will have to mold the holster to fit it. And so fits great. Retention in it is great. Holds it just like I need it. Now you can make the adjustments here to make it a little tighter, make it a little looser, whatever you prefer. It can be done. All right, we're gonna shoot with the 43X. Now I'm not gonna conceal it because it is a little bit too bulky to conceal. So the best time for the 19X was 294, I believe. Still at 15 yards. Let's see. Oh yeah, 370 and I missed one. Let's go again. All right, and again. .324. So the middle one over here is a lot smaller than these other two. I'm gonna show you. All right, so that middle one right there is a lot smaller than these other two right here. So just FYI. I'm to the left on that middle one. 348. Golly. 325. It's shooting good though, y'all. And I ran out of ammo. I was at 264. It still shoots good. Oh, one thing that I did fail to mention as well is on my video of when I first reviewed the afterburner ramjet, I was telling y'all about how the slide on the 43X and the 43s and most of all the Glocks, how the slide release is just like very flush with the slide and I couldn't get to it to drop my slide. I did order the extended slide release from the Glock store. And when I tell y'all it's easier now, I mean, it simply just drops. It drops. So if I were you, I would make that modification because it's so much easier to get that slide to drop. All right, I'm gonna shoot some paper real quick just to see how accurate we are on paper. I'm gonna do 5, 10, and 15 yards just to kind of give you guys a viewpoint of where the Glock 43X and the 19X kind of shoot from those angles. See what the groupings look like. I'm not too worried about the groupings or too concerned about the groupings. I just want to see where they are. All right, we are at 5 yards with the Glock 19X. Just want to see where these groupings will land. All right, I'm gonna aim at the top left so we can see the difference. Ooh. All right. So I did have some drop. They're still in the A, but I had some drop. I need them to be right on top of each other. With me being this close, they need to be right on top of each other. This was the first shot. Then I put 3 here, and then the last one right there. But I need all of them to be right there. At 10 yards, let's go top right, see if we can do this. Oh, that was out of the A. I need to work on my grip. That's what it is. I need to work on my grip. All right, this was the first shot. And then I put these 2 eyeballs together. Then I hit that one. That was my last shot. Tighter grip, tighter grip. 15 yards. We just trying to make sure we hit in the A. Now, how come that one was so fast and smooth, and I believe they're all in the A? Either one of these is a double hole, maybe like that one, or I had a mic somewhere. But 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. This one seems bigger than these holes, so I might have had one in the same hole. But the 19X, that's why I shoot it for competition, just because it just shoots very flat, and I don't know, it's just doing its job. All right, y'all, we got to start racking it up because it's getting hot out here. All right, let's go 43X, 5 shots. That is crazy. That's crazy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ramjet is doing its thing. And that's why I think I can handle the subcompact platform better than I can handle full size, because I can keep the red dot on target when I need to. All right, those not too, don't look for the same thing. I was at 10 yards that time. The first time was 5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 10. It's not great, but it's all right. All right, 15 yards. All right, looks like those are the 5 a minute ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're still in there. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think. We're talking about the Glock 19X and the Glock 43X with the upgrades that I've done to them, and then kind of primarily the comps on there. Having these comps on here makes the shooting experience a whole lot better. I still don't know. I feel like I need to be in like a more up-tempo situation to see which one I shoot the best. Been shooting the 19X for quite some time. Been shooting the 43X for quite some time. But I've been shooting competition with the 19X. Have not shot the competition with the 43X. So I don't know. I like them both though. I like them both. This one is my EDC, so I like them both. Y'all let me know which one y'all prefer down in the comment section. Y'all taking the Radiant Ramjet and Afterburner, or y'all taking the PMM comp, Parker Mountain Machine Barrel and comp? Which one are y'all taking and why? I do want to shoot the Radiant Afterburner Ramjet on a Glock 19, which is a more full-size gun than the 43X. I feel like it'll be a lot different, but I don't know. I might try that out. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Those are my upgrades. If you have any questions, just make sure y'all shoot them down in the comment section. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, follow, share. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I have now created a Facebook page and would love for y'all to go over there and join. And until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.